Kirtana, wait, Kirtana.
Ma'am, you can start, ma'am.
Okay.
Mamta, you can start now.
Good morning to everyone present here. I'm Mamta J, member of IEI Club, here to welcome you all on behalf of the Departments of Computer Science and Engineering and Artificial Intelligence and Data Science of Panimala Institute of Technology. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you all to the two-week hands-on workshop on Python as the inaugural event of our Intellectual Events Innovation Club. I would like to start the event by thanking our secretary and correspondent, Dr. P. Chinnadurai, MA PhD, for his continuous support and encouragement. I welcome our directors, Mrs. C. Vijay Rajeshwari, Mr. C. Shakti Kumar, ME, and Mr. Saranyan Shakti Kumar, BE, to this event. I extend my sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. T. Jayanti, ME PhD, for giving us this opportunity in organizing this event. I welcome and thank our beloved HODs, Dr. V. Subeda, Professor and Head of Computer Science and Engineering, and Dr. T. Kalachelvi, Professor and Head of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, for guiding and supporting us and helping us organize this event. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to welcome our speaker for today's event, Ms. Kirtana E., Assistant Professor of Panimala Institute of Technology of Department Computer Science and Engineering and has qualified with ME. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank
I
you.
would like to welcome our staff coordinators, Mrs. Dhanalakshmi, Assistant Professor of Department Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Mrs. A. Babisha, Assistant Professor of Department Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Mrs. S. Annie Sherrill, Assistant Professor of Department Computer Science and Engineering. I would also like to welcome the teaching and non-teaching staffs of a department who have strived hard for the success of this webinar. And finally, I welcome all the participants to this online webinar. Once again, I extend a warm welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamta. Can I start the revision, ma'am? Okay, I'll start the session.
Start now.
I hope everyone can be able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good afternoon. Myself, Kirtana. I'm Assistant Professor from CSE Department in Panimala Institute of Technology. In this session, I'm not going to tell you more about things. We need an interaction with you students. I'm not going to teach lot and lot. I'm going to code. So you need to interact with me, okay? You don't need to worry about whatever it may be. Kindly ask the doubts if you have and clear it, okay? These are very important for while coding the Pythons, okay? Can we move for the session now? Hello? Everyone is hearing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Today we are going to, I hope yesterday we have learned about the basics of variables, data types, and how we are going to find the length of the string and so on, right? Now we are going for flow controls in Python, okay? This is the flow control statements which we are using in Python. There are three types of flow controls. One is conditional and one is transfer and another is iterative. Conditional statements as if else, if, elif, else, and nested if. Transfer statement as break, continue, and pass. Iterative statement stands for loop and while loop. We are going to iterate. We can see all this one by one in forthcoming slides. Okay. Do we have any doubt in this? Can we move for next slide? Okay. If
Yes, ma'am.
statements. Okay. Now we are going to see about if statement. For decision making, it is required. If you are giving some condition means whether it want to show we are giving some condition and we going to check some conditions and we are going to print some body inside that. This is the syntax for that if test expression and statements. First we are giving some condition and we are testing the expression. If the condition is true means it will execute the body of if the condition is false then it gonna execute, it comes outside the loop. I mean it comes outside the if statement and execute and something down the project. Okay, I'm going to code that with the help of let me show you something. In online Jupyter, it's one of the tool to execute Java program also. I mean it's Python program. I'll paste this link in chat tab. You can go on it. Chat is not available. So let me say you how to do. Okay. This is the online Jupyter notebook. Here we are going to type some programs for if condition, how the if condition works. Okay. First we are declaring some variables like this and we are going to give some condition. Now can everyone able to visible the screen what I'm typing? Students, can you able to see my screen? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you able to see the screen? No,
Yes, ma'am.
no one is answering. Who is Mamta is answering, right? Rest of them kindly answer. Okay, I'll say what I've written here. First, we are giving some num is equal to 3. Okay. Then we are checking the condition whether num is greater than 0. Then you need to print the below statement. Let's check how if is going to work. 3 is a positive number. So the condition is the true. So it executes the body of the for loop. Now I'm going to initialize something like -3. Let's check. It won't execute because the if condition is false. So it came outside the body of the if loop. Okay. Then this is the uh, process which takes place in if statement. Now we'll go for if else statement. Uh, the if else statements which are same thing it gonna check it if the condition is true means it will execute the body of the loop. If the condition is false means it will execute the body of the else loop. This is the syntax what I have given here. If test expression body of if else body of else, it gonna execute if the condition is true means it will execute the body of the else. If the condition is false means it will execute the body of the else. Okay, let me show you in programs. Okay, now I've given something same condition. Now I'm going to use if else. Okay, print is a negative number. Can anyone able to say what will be the output now? If you're not answering, I'm not going for next slides. I hope everyone is present here, right? There are 17 people. Kindly answer me, students, and we can move on next slide. Mamta, can you able to answer what will be the output? Fine. I'll execute. Now the condition is
It
false.
is
Mm.
-3 is a negative number.
So if the condition fails means it will execute the else part of the condition. Okay, this is the process which takes place in if else statement. Okay, can you able to understand what is if and if else statements? Are you clear with this? Okay, now I'm moving for if statement. This once the condition is failed, it check the condition of the next if block and so on. Here, first same thing what we have done in if statement, same thing gonna takes place. It will check first. It will check the if condition. If it is true means it will execute the body of the if. Once the condition is failed means it gonna execute something like test expression of else if. Again, here the condition true means it will execute the body of else if. Once the condition fail means it will execute the body of else if. Okay. Can we see this in program now? Okay, I'll show you. Same thing I'm gonna do. Num is equal to something, some variable we are going to assign. Now if num is variable, then we are going to print positive number. Okay. Finally, be sure, because if you give like this means there will be some there will be some error. So be cautious with while typing something. I'll show you the error also. What will be the error? Okay. Can you able to understand what I've wrote here? First, it will check the first we are initializing num is equal to 3.4. Then we are going to check the condition with the help of if statement. Okay. First, if is equal, if will check 3.4 is greater than 0. So the condition is true. So it's gonna execute positive number. Let's check what it's gonna execute. Okay. Now I'm going to give like minus 3.4. Okay. What will be? It will be the here it will come minus 3.4. It's not correct. The condition is false. So it will go for else if. Then again it gonna check minus 3.4 is equal to 0. The condition is false. So it will execute the else part of the body. Okay. Let me give here 0. Okay. Now what will be the answer? Can anyone able to say what will be the answer? Can anyone able to answer?
0.
Why it is 0? First it will come here. 0 is great. The condition is failed here. So it will execute the else if part. Okay. So 0 is equal to 0, right? So it gonna execute 0 as a output. Are you clear with this concept? Can we move for next? These are three types of things we are using here. First we have printed what is if and else if, then elif. Are you clear with this? Can we move for next thing? Or do you have any doubt? Kindly ask me now. Okay. It's very important for everything. In machine learning, you gonna use Python programs only. You need to compact. You need to compact the code in Python. If you don't know the basic means, you cannot do anything. So be clear with the basics. You can ask me the doubts right now. Can we move on next? Kindly answer the questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Python nested if statement. If nested if statement is nothing but it gonna consist one or more. If one if statement is present means it gonna contain again another one if statement inside the before its if statement. This is the nested if statement for Python nested if statements. Any number of this statement can be nested one another. It will nested with one another. Okay. This is the nested if statement. Next, loops in Python. Can we move for loops? Are you clear with if statements, right? Okay. Let me show you some programs. Here we are going to see about loops. Why we are using loops means for iterating purpose. For some iteration, if you want to take the sum of 10 numbers means you need to iterate each and every value. If you want to find the length of the string means you need to iterate. Here we can simply use length of a following string name. No, it's also for finding the length for each character by character you want to read means with the help of loops. For iterations, we are using loops. There are three types of loops. Here we are going to see about while loop, for loop, and nested loop. Can we move on next slide? Do you have any doubts? Okay, we'll move on next slide. First is we are going to see about for loop. For loop is used, I already said it's for iterative over a sequence. It can be in list or tuple or string. We can iterate the list or we can iterate the tuple values or we can iterate the string from iteratable or other iteratable objects. Can you able to see the picture on right side? First, we are giving something like we are creating some list or tuple or string. First, we are giving some items in sequence. Then check whether the last item reached. Once the last item reached means it will come outside the loop. If the item present inside that list or tuple means it will iterate. Statements will be iterated. This is the syntax for loop. For value in sequence, loop, and if the condition is true means it will execute the loop of the body. Okay, now we can see in program so you can easily understand. Kindly ensure here the Python 3 is enabled. If this is not enabled means you cannot able to run the programs while you are running in online. Okay, I'm going to create some list here. I hope you know about lists, right? I've created some list. I'm going to find the type. I've created the list. Okay. Now I'm going to iterate each and every values from the list. Before that, I need to initialize. Something I have initialized here. Then same thing. I've just created some list like number is equal to 6, 5, 3, 8, 4, 2, 5, 4, 11. Like that, I've created some list and I'm initializing here a is equal to 0. And here we are using the for loop. For value in number, then we are going to execute a is equal to a plus that value. So we can get the sum of the list. Can you able to see the list, how it is summed? First it is getting 6, the sum of 6. First it's showing the sixth value. Then again 5 came, it plused a plus, I mean 6 plus 5 is 11. It's stored in a and it printed here. Then again the condition is until the first the 6 came, next 5, again 3, 8, 4, 2, 5, 4, 11. Once the list is empty means then it will come outside the for loop. Okay. Is there any doubt in this? This is how for loop is executed. Pa. Okay. Now we'll move for another loop. In for loop, we can use range function. It means this is we can here we have generated. Here we have created some list with numbers. Constantly we are defining, giving something 6, 5, 3, 3, 8. You can also able to generate the values with the help of range function. Can you see how it's going to generate? We can generate a sequence of numbers from range. Here we need to, this is the syntax how we can create. First we need to give start value and stop value, and finally we are going to give step size. Okay, first I'll show you how basically it runs. I'm going to print some range. Okay. The range extends from 0 to 10. And let me show. I will show you in list also how it's going to print. Can you able to see? I have not given anything inside the list. I'm just range. I need a range of 10 values in the list. So it printed the 10 values inside the list. One more thing, I'm going to give with start and stop values. Okay, plus stop range of 2 comma. Here I've given start and stop value. Okay, first is it should start from 2 and it should be before 8. So what will be the number is it starts from 2 and it ends before 8. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. We can, without the help of like this declaration, we can use range. Okay, one more thing I will give. Then list starting value is 2 and it should be n before 20 and the step is 3. I'm going to give some step. Step is nothing but it should first it starts 2 and third 2, 3, 4. After that 2, 3, 4 is 5. Again 5, 6, 7. So it came 8 like that. Where it should step forward for 3 values. Next, the next value should be step forward for 3 values. This is the simple uh, range function we can use here. Okay, now I'll with the help of range function, I gonna do some one program, simple program. I created some. What is the type of range? It's a list. Okay, I've created some list. Now I'm going to iterate this with the help of range. For loop with the help of range. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give what I'm going to give means I want to iterate the each and everything inside the I'll assign here as name inside the name. Okay, so I've given I want to iterate all this name means I can simply give length of name. Then I'm going to print. Okay. While executing this, first it will take what is the length of the name. It will take all the values inside the range. Okay, first the pop will come and it gonna print like I like pop. Then again rock will come, I like rock. And again jar will come, I like jar. Let's see what will be the. Are you clear with this concept? Anyone? Are you clear with this concept, Pa? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any doubt? Kindly ask me. Okay. The why I've given your length name means I want to iterate all the values, all the names inside the, I mean, all the string inside the list. So I've just given, sometimes we don't know how many values are present inside. So simply we can give length of the name. So it will iterate all the values present inside the specific list. Okay. Okay. Next, we'll go for loop with else. Here, same thing. It will how we saw in if statement. Likewise, only if we are giving some loop means if the condition positive means it will execute the body of the loop. Once the condition fails means it will execute the else body of the loop. Okay. Can we see how it gonna execute? Let me show you here. I'll show you in programs. Now the error gonna come. Can anyone able to say what is the error now? Students, can anyone able to say what will be the error now? It is an intended block error because I've already said you should be very careful while you are giving some statements. This is the body of the loop, so it should present inside the for loop only. If you are giving like this means it will show some intended error. Okay, so be careful while typing the C program. I'm sorry, Python programs. Can anyone able to explain what's happened here? Okay, let me say. First, here we are creating some list and we are storing it in the variable name like digits. Okay. First, we are iterating the 0. So it is printed. The condition inside is first high is 0. So it's present in digits. So it printed 0. Again 1 came, it's present in digit and printed 1. 5 also came and it is presented in digit and it printed. Now the list is empty. Now here it will show something empty. So the condition fails and it executes the else part of the loop. Okay, this is the simple program for else. Is there any doubt? Can you able to understand what I'm typing and what I'm doing? Can we move for next concepts? Students, kindly interact. Okay, this is the simple working of for loop with else. Okay, first it will check the condition and we are setting some ranges and it will execute some body of the loop if the condition is true. If the condition fails, it gonna execute the else part of the loop. Okay, now we are going for while loop. While loop is also used to iterate over a block of code as long as the test expression is true. Here, now same thing we're gonna do. It's also for the iteration purpose only. Here, it will check the condition. If the condition is true means it will execute the body of the while loop. It is also called as entry control loop. Okay, it will check condition before itself and only it will execute the body of the loop. Then once the condition false means it will come outside the loop. This is the syntax for while loop. Okay, while test expression followed by body of the while loop. Okay. Is there any doubt, students? You can ask me. Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can you able to understand this, right? Now we'll go for while loop with else. Okay, I'll show you in some, I'll show some program here. Then we'll go for while loop with else. In this program, we are going to add the numbers. Okay. Numbers equal to I'm going to get input from the user here, okay? Can you able to see? I'm going to get the input from the user. Then I'm just initialize num is equal to 0 and I is equal to 1. Now I'm going to check the while loop condition. Here I'm going to get some number from the user. I'm going to give like 5, 3, 2 or 10 like that. It will check the condition and it's gonna execute the number. Okay. First I'm going to give some values like 3. So the sum of 3 is 6. Okay. Again I'm going to run. I'm going to give 10. The sum of 10 is 55. Can everyone able to understand what I'm coming to say? We are getting some input from the user
Yes, ma'am.
and we are summing them like 1 plus 2 plus 3 like that. Okay. Now I'm going to give 6. The sum of 6 is 21. Can we move on next? While loop with else. Here same thing, it also going to check the condition. Once the condition is true means it will execute the body of while loop. Once the condition failed means it will execute the else part of the loop. Okay, can we see it in program? Same thing I'm going to initialize count is equal to 0. I'm going to print inside the loop. Again, I'm going to increment the counter. Okay. So only it will go for Again, it will go for second value of the loop. Plus here I'm going to give inside else or outside while loop. Okay. Is here there is some error. Can anyone able to rectify it? What is the error is? Kindly answer.
Indentation error.
Okay. Here we need to give colon. Okay, don't forget that. Now I'm going to run the program. First it will check 0 is less than 3. So the count in it will print inside the loop. Then counter will be get incremented. So counter will be 1. So it 1 is less than 3. The condition is true. It will print inside the loop for second time. Again it will get incremented. So 2 will come. Again 2 is less than 3. Yeah, condition true. It will print inside the loop for 3 times. Once the counter is incremented by 1 and it is gonna print 3. 3 is less than 3. So condition is failed. So it gonna execute inside else or outside the loop. Okay. Can we see the output now? 3 times it printed the inside the loop, inside the loop, inside the loop. Once the condition failed here means it gonna execute the else part of the while loop. Is everyone clear with this? Do you have any doubt? I'm going to give something like 0 means it's gonna execute only the else part. I'm going to give something like 6 means. So 5 times it get executed. Then 6th time the condition gonna fail. So it's gonna execute the else part of the loop. Is everyone clear with this part? Can we move for next? Okay. I'm going to say about break and continue. Break which used to terminate the loop containing it will terminate the loops while performing some operations. This is the syntax for break. Here we break. It's also called as a keyword. Okay. If the statement break inside a nested loop means the loop inside another nested loop is nothing but loop is inside another loop. Most probably the break which is used to do terminate the loops. Can we see it in program now? Okay. Let me show you in simple. I'm showing here is a simple program. So type so you can. I'm creating some string. Okay. I'm here using for loop. Okay, for loop as well as it's then I'm going to break here. Okay, and I'm going to print value. Okay, then print the end. It should be outside the program. It's not present inside the. If can anyone able to say what will be the output now? It gonna print first 3 values before I. First it will check the S will come. It's not equal to I. It gonna print that value. Then T will come. It's not equal to I. So it's gonna print. If now R will come. it's not equal to I, then it's gonna print or. Once the I came in, it will break the statement and it will execute the end. Okay. Can you see the output now? Just a second. Okay. This is indentation error. What I've given like this now. So it won't print the value. Okay. Once the break statement, once the break is once it break the loopment, then it's gonna print. Can you able to understand what is what I've typed here? It will check all these three string and it printed that. Once it find the I is equal to I, it will break the loop and it will execute this final statement. Okay, Papa. This is the simple and working of break. First, the condition will enter. If it will check the condition, if it is true means it will break. Okay. If it is false means it will exit the loop. If it is true means it will come to break. If again if the break is true means it will exit the loop. If it is not means it will go again. It will test the condition and execute the loop. Here is the simple code for variable in sequence if condition break. Same thing I have wrote here. Here I have given something like some string here. So I'm checking with the help of if statement. I'm checking whether this particular string, I mean inside the value is equal to I means, then you should break or else you should print that value. So it printed yes, T or it method I means it will come outside the loop. Okay. Now continue statement. Continue statement, it used to skip the code. It won't execute the part of the code. It will skip the code. For that, if you want to continue, if you want to use continue in your program means you need to use syntax like continue. Okay, I'll show you in program now. Okay, again, same thing I'm going to use. Don't try in online Jupyter notebook. It will be very helpful for you. Don't leave it as like this. Again, I'm going to check the condition. Here, instead of break, I'm going to give continue. You will understand what is break and continue now. Okay. You should not give like this. It should present here. Then print the end. Okay. Now I'm going to run the program. Can you able to see the high is not presented? It just continuing the loop. Okay. It not printed high, but instead ng is printed. Here it break the loop and come outside. It directly print the end. In continue, it just printing n and g also. Can you able to understand the difference between continue and break? Same program, but we are using keyword as break. So, break will break the loop and it will come outside the loop. But continue won't break the, it won't break the loop, it again continues the loop until the string get empty. Okay. Then finally, this is the flowchart and working of continue. First, it will test the condition. If the condition is true, means again it will check. It will check continue, and if it is true, means again it go and test the loop. If it is no, means remaining body of the loop will get executed. Here the condition fails, means it will come outside the loop. Okay, this is the simple program what I have shown before. And finally, we are going to see about Python pass statement. Python pass statement is a null statement. It don't have any process there. It simply passes something to. It will pass. Okay, no problem. Kindly move forward. Like that, it will gonna execute. I will show you in program now. You'll understand what I'm coming to say. For pass, I'm going to use for value in SQL. Same thing. I'm just simply passing. I'm not doing anything. It won't do any operations. It will just pass the loops. That's it. Are you clear with this, Pa? Do you have any doubts? And thank you for the session. I hope you all understand the concept of flow control statements in Python. Go and try it yourself. Is there any doubt? Kindly ask me. I'm going to end the session now. Is there any doubt, students? Kindly answer me. I done all this program in Jupyter Notebook, online Jupyter Notebook. You can also try there. Okay. It's simple task. Go and do it. Can we end the session, Mamta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, students. Thanks for doing. Thanks for attending.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank our webinar speaker, Mrs. Kirtana A, for enlightening us with her knowledge. Today's webinar was full of deep insights into the topic of Python loops and if statements. I'm pretty sure the precious knowledge that ma'am gave us will definitely help us in our career. Thank you so much, ma'am. I extend my sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. T. Jayanti, ME PhD, for giving us this opportunity in organizing this event. I also thank our beloved HODs, Dr. V. Subeda and Dr. T. Kalachelvi, for guiding and supporting us tirelessly and for helping us organize this event. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank our staff coordinators and teaching and non-teaching staffs of our department who have strived hard for the success of this webinar. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants present here for being part of today's webinar, and I would request you all to take part in the upcoming webinar on Java. This session will discuss about Java environment, classes, and control flow statements in Java.
Just a minute, Mamta. I'm leaving now. Monica ma'am will continue in Java. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, students. Go and try it yourself. Is there any doubt? Kindly ask me. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The participants are requested to fill the feedback form without fail. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, students. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Myself, Monica.
Ma'am.